When I think about success, and I think it's something that we talk a lot about. When I think about success, one of the things I understand is that there's so many mental and emotional aspects to success. For instance, here are 7 that I know. Sustainability. And that if you want success, you've got to be committed. Because your success journey will be challenged as the terrain around your life is changing. It's never the same. There are always events, there are always situations that are going to challenge your success journey. So you've got to have that sustainability. You've got to understand why this is something you want. Why are you willing to commit yourself, commit your time, commit your energy to what it is you're wanting to do with your life? And if you don't have that commitment and that commitment is not strong, then when the terrain begins to change, that's when you open the door to doubt. Another aspect is confidence. And understand that confidence is the result of your belief, your trust, and your faith in you coming together. And when they join forces, the outer demonstration of that is confidence. Another of the mental and emotional aspects is course correction. You see, sometimes when you're moving on your success journey, the terrain changes and you weren't really paying attention, so you veer in the wrong direction. And to maintain and sustain your success, you've got to be willing to pause and find the pathway back that keeps you moving forward. Another aspect is energy. Man, sometimes energy is all over the place. You have days when you're up, you have days when you're down, you have days when you're challenged. But your energy has to remain positive. Because if you open the door to negative energy, it can derail your success journey. Another aspect is a support group. You know my emphasis on having a fan club. You need those people around you, and it's never going to be a real large group. But you need to have those people around you who believe in you, who support your dream, who are there to applaud and to challenge you and to support you in what you're trying to do. And then the 7th aspect is seeing the big picture, where your imagination is seeking that pathway to go forward. And it's on this one that I want to spend my energy talking to you today about. Seeing the big picture. Here's what I've learned in working with human behavior. So many times when we start our success journey, we're a risk taker. We'll look and the terrain may look tough, but you know what? We want this. And so what do? We're willing to take the risk. But here's what I see with a lot of people when they begin to experience success. They become conservative. The risks that they used to take, now they're not always sure they want to take it. Because here they're dealing with the failure, the fear of what if I can't do it? I see this so many times in a new year when someone has really had a great year and man, the success in that year has been so much. And then they come into a new year and all of a sudden they wake up and they realize, I got to do this all over again. And so what do? They look back at the success that they've had. And now they got to formulate a plan that will allow them to continue to move forward. When you stop being willing to take risk, you really put roadblocks in front of you on your success journey. You see, every time you start that journey to success, you got to be willing to do the things and prepare yourself in the way that will allow you to continue to move forward. And that's why what I want to talk to you about today is so very important. Expanding the possibilities. Because if you're not willing to expand the possibilities, you're going to trap yourself. And what you're going to find is you're going to miss the opportunities. Look at my little statement here because it is so important. Possibilities are the front door to discovering the opportunities that keep you and your company from moving forward. And when I'm not willing to take risk, I overlook the possibilities. When I give fear of maybe not being able to do it control of my life, then what do? I pull myself in. I don't let my imagination soar. And so I can miss what's there in front of me. We live in a world of possibilities. I mean, do you believe that? That we live in a world of possibilities. But look at the other thing. But if we don't take the time to explore the opportunity the possibility might be offering us, we can miss the path to improvement the possibility is offering. Now, I'll say this to you up front, and I'll probably say it to you several times. There may not be an opportunity in every possibility, but if you're not willing to slow down and examine the possibility, you can miss the opportunity. And that's why it's so important that you understand we live in a world of possibilities. I think they're all around us. I think every day of your life, you are presented with possibilities. But it's what you do with them that makes the difference. You know the importance I place on terms. So here are some terms I want to put in front of you for us to define. Path. The direction a decision creates for you to follow. You see, every time you make a decision, it creates a pathway. And that pathway is what you walk. It's what you use to go in whatever direction that pathway is taking you. But every decision you make creates a direction, and that direction creates a path that you're going to walk. Detour. The wrong direction a choice can make if we don't fully examine and understand the possibility that is in front of us. You see, sometimes we look at a possibility, and within that possibility, there is what we've been talking about we want for our life. But what happens if fear comes in? And fear won't let you see inside this possibility. What happens if the fear doesn't allow you to give the possibility the time and attention that it needs? And you miss that. You're still going to go in a direction. And if you miss that possibility, is it possible that the direction you choose is taking you away from what you said you wanted for your life? Then there's that word possibility. And look at the definition here because it's important. An idea. That's all a possibility is. It's an idea that is presented that may or may not fit the direction you need at that moment. But you won't know if you don't look at the possibility. You won't know whether it's a fit or not a fit if you don't slow down and look at the possibility. Because the possibility is simply an idea that's there in front of you that's waiting for you to explore it. How about the term opportunity? The result of finding the pathway forward the possibility has brought to you. See, I think so many times, because we don't take the time to really examine the possibility, we miss the opportunity that is contained within that. So what does a possibility bring to your life? What does it offer you? Options. You need options, don't you? Because options are where you have to slow down and examine what's in front of you. And this is why you've got to see the big picture. And what possibilities do, they expand your imagination. What possibilities do is they put options in front of you. And you have to slow down and look at the options. Because remember, not every possibility is going to give you an opportunity. But if you don't slow down and examine the possibility, you can miss the opportunity. What does a possibility offer you? Finding a connection to a need. You sit back and you talk about what you want for your life. You sit back and you understand inside yourself that if I'm to achieve the success, if I'm to move forward with my dream, I've got to find the right pathways. So as I dig into the possibility and it shows me the opportunity, then what happens? My mind can connect to that opportunity, which will create the clarity that will recharge my spirit and allow me to move forward. A foundation of thought to expand on. That's what a possibility offers. Because the possibility is that which is in front of you that may or may not contain an opportunity. But if you slow down, if you take the time, if you look at the possibility and really get inside and see what it's about, see what it's offering your life, see if it fits where you are right now or not, what does it do? It creates a foundation of thought that you can expand upon. What does that possibility offer? Energy. I'm going to tell you something. When a possibility comes to your life and you slow down and you look at it, you can get excited about what that possibility is bringing to you. And that energy creates energy. Now, that's not double talk. Energy creates energy. And when the opportunity is found, the excitement becomes enthusiasm. And you'll know whether it's the right opportunity or not because the excitement, the energy you felt will take on a whole different meaning for your life. Because the excitement is part of, will this fit? The enthusiasm is, I found the next step in the pathway for me to go forward. What does it offer? A reason to look deeper into what is involved. You see, if you just stare at the possibility, you'll never know what it can bring to your life. But if you slow down and you expand and you look at and you seek to understand what's involved in this possibility, and in that you find the opportunity, then what are you doing? You're stretching your imagination. You're strengthening yourself. And even if in that possibility there's not the opportunity, you've had to stop and think. And every time you stop and think, you bring a different level of clarity to your life. Possibility offers a source to connect to a stated need. Folks, every time you dig into that possibility and you find an opportunity, you gain clarity. You gain a stronger sense of direction. You look at the pace of your life. You expand your imagination. And you see a pathway to go forward. If you never slow down and examine the possibilities, you will trap yourself in sameness. Because a possibility is a front door. And when you open that door and you look into it, and there you see on the other side that which you've been searching for. And that's what an opportunity is. It's that which you've been searching for brought to you. And then it gives you the opportunity to go forward. So here's my thought. And please look at this carefully because this is true about so many people I know. Too many times we are too busy being busy to slow down. Have you ever been there? You ever been in a race? I had a call this morning real early with one of my mentoring students. and we were talking about pace. And he was really down because he's been in a race with himself. And all of a sudden, when he slowed down and he looked at where he had been, he saw that he missed an opportunity that was there for him, but he was moving so fast that he ran by it before he saw it. Too many times we're too busy being busy to slow down, to look at the possibility and give it the attention it needs to turn into an opportunity. This is why this whole thought of expanding the possibility is so important. If you don't slow down and really dig into the possibility that's in front of you, you can miss the growth that's there for your life. And folks, you know my emphasis on pace. I think pace is one of the most important things you got to have in your life. Because pace is where your mind and your emotion are traveling together. When your emotions are moving too fast, you lose the connection to your mind. And in order to have success in your life, you've got to have your mind and your emotions working together. So, when you miss a possibility, what happens? You move, but with lesser clarity. You see, if you miss the possibility, it doesn't mean that's the end of everything. It just means that the opportunity that was there for you got lost. It was there. It was in front of you. And all you had to do was slow down, dig into that possibility, take the time it took to see if there's a connection here to what I say I want. And if there's not, you haven't lost time. You've actually gained greater clarity. When you miss a possibility, you invest in sameness, not growth. Folks, you grow when you find the opportunities that bring the calmness, the clarity, and the confidence to your life. So if we're always running so fast, we never take time to see if this possibility is what I need for the next step in my life. And you race by it. Folks, you're still on the same path that was taking you, and without opportunities, you don't go forward. You go in circles. That's sameness. When you miss a possibility, sense of disappointment is created. You ever been here? You ever been moving so fast that a possibility came to you, but you were so busy being busy, you were out of control, your life was out of sync, you were trying to manage more than you could manage, you were spinning all these plates, and all of a sudden you looked around and you thought, I should have stopped. I should have paid attention. And what happens then when you realize that it was there for you? What you were talking about wanting for your life was right there in front of you, but you didn't take the time to expand and examine the possibility, so you missed the opportunity. Think that will set up frustrations? And don't ever forget this. 97% of all the frustrations you have in your life will create disappointments. And the majority of the time, you're disappointed in yourself because you didn't slow down, look, listen, and see what you needed to do to take your life forward. When you miss a possibility, you see a smaller picture of the future. And that is why it's so important in success that you create yourself to see the big picture. And one of the purposes of a possibility is to expand your imagination. It's to create that opportunity. And when the opportunity is created, what does it do? It opens up your peripheral vision. Most of the success you have in your life will never be right in front of you. The possibility is in front of you. The opportunity is around you. So if I don't take time to really expand and examine the possibility, I shut down my peripheral vision. So my view of life is much smaller because there's always the possibility of an opportunity that will expand your peripheral vision and give you the clarity that you need to see the big picture. So look at this and take this seriously. Possibilities don't hang around. Possibilities don't hang around. They present themselves. But if not given attention, they go away. Too many times the result is the afterthought. And you've been here. You've said this. You've experienced this. I should have slowed down and really looked at that possibility. And what happens? You get upset with yourself because you know that you've been working real hard to create success for your life. But because you've made success a race rather than a journey, because you want it now, because you're not willing to open your mind and pay attention to what's going on around you, you miss the possibility. And when you miss the possibility, you can miss the opportunity that is within that possibility. You see, most possibilities are a moment of thought created by you or the offering of another. You understand that sometimes the possibilities for your life are handed you by other people? They walk into your life and they give you a thought and you think, you know what? Never thought about that. So you slow down and you take what's been given you and you begin to examine it. You begin to see what it's really bringing to your life. And when you have a clear picture of what it can bring to your life, that's where the opportunity is. But that's a moment that you got to build on. That's a time when you've got to have that belief and that trust and your faith in yourself and say, you know what? This is what I've been missing. I've been there. You've been there. Where all of a sudden we felt trapped. And someone in our life walks in and just makes a statement. And all of a sudden, that statement takes the blinders off. Because their statement presents us with the possibility. And then as we go into that possibility and we really look at it and we grow to understand it, and we see what it can bring to our life, all of a sudden there's opportunity. Our peripheral vision comes alive and we can see the path that's in front of us now. But if we'd never taken time to really dig in and look at the possibility, we miss the opportunity. So when you find the opportunity and the possibility, what happens? You figure out a pathway for it. You know that I believe there are only two directions in life. You're either going forward or you're going in circles. So when you look at your life right now, would you say that you're going in circles or are you going forward? Are you trapped right now because you don't see the possibility as an opportunity? Are you trapped right now because you're so busy being busy, you don't have time to see what your life is being given and examine it and expand it and see if there's an opportunity in it? When you find the opportunity, it's an investment in a new way of thinking. You see, what an opportunity does is it creates another level of clarity. What an opportunity does is it makes you think from where you are to where you want to be. And when that opportunity is there and it opens your mind and it creates that peripheral vision, now all of a sudden you're seeing things that you hadn't seen. And by the way, that becomes a recharging station. Narrows the list of choices. You can have a multitude of possibilities thrown at you. But let me go back and say it to you again. Not every possibility is going to present you with an opportunity. But if you don't slow down and look at the possibility and see what it is, you can miss the opportunity. When you find the opportunity and the possibility, you develop a new mindset for growth to explore. Do you know that your mind is always hungry? Your mind is always looking for growth. Your mind is always looking for improvement. Your mind does not want to become stagnant. It keeps challenging you with ideas. And so many times we have these ideas, but because of fear and because we're not willing to take the risk, because what if we fail? You know, one of the questions I ask people all the time, would you be willing to lose everything in your life and start all over again? You know how many people tell me no? And I ask them why, and they say, well, I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. But yet, if you're not willing to risk, you shut down the creative side of your mind. Your mind is always filled with ideas. Your mind always wants you to go forward. Your mind wants to challenge you to see how far you can really go and what can you really experience with this thing called life this time you have on the earth. And boy, when you find those opportunities and they recharge your spirit and they create a clarity, they strengthen your calmness, they add to the faith you have in yourself, and all of a sudden you find this energy well inside of you just beginning to bubble because now you've got a direction beyond where you're standing. And if you do not have a direction for your life beyond where you're standing, you're frozen in life. Folks, when you find the opportunity in that possibility, you figure out a pathway forward, that's exciting. You invest in a new way of thinking, man, that's growth. You narrow the list of choices. You have greater clarity as to what you need to do. And you develop a new mindset. That's not based in I should, I could, I'll try. It says I will. And you take that opportunity and you begin to push it. And by the way, as you push that opportunity, it's going to create more possibilities. So every opportunity that you find within the possibility just takes you to another possibility to find the next opportunity in it. So, possibilities create the excitement of the adventure, while opportunities create the creative spirit to bring it to life. Do you see the power in that statement? Possibilities create the excitement of the adventure. And we need that excitement. Because when that possibility comes towards you and you look at it, and all of a sudden the little bit that you know piques your curiosity. So you begin to dig into it. And sometimes you're going to dig into it and you're going to stop and you're going to think, this is not what I need right now. But sometimes you'll dig into that possibility. And that excitement, that curiosity will find a doorway that when you open it is an expansion of what you want for your life. And all of a sudden you see that path that you couldn't see. Possibilities are a doorway. And when you open them and you find the opportunity, it gives your life a time, the energy, and a process to go forward. So here's what I want to do. I want to give you the 6 steps to expand a possibility. Because you've got to understand, in everything in life, there's a process. Nothing in life is without a process. I don't care whether it's positive or whether it's negative. Nothing in life is without a process. So when we talk about expanding a possibility and seeing if within that there is that opportunity that will continue to challenge and take our life forward, there's a process. And I want to suggest to you that there's 6 steps to it. Now, remember, if you don't take the time and effort, and those are 2 important things, right? Time. It's going to take time. And effort. It's going to take energy. And sometimes what do we tell ourselves? I don't have the time right now. Or what do we tell ourselves? You know what? I'm just too tired to expend the energy to do this. But here's truth. Here's what you need to keep in front of you. If you don't take the time and effort to explore the possibility you are presented, you can miss the pathway to your next big step of growth. Question for you. Right now in your life, is there anything you're looking at that could be classified as a possibility? There's a curiosity to what this can bring to your life. Is there that foundation that offers you maybe a doorway forward? Do you have that in your life right now? Are you staring at the door because you don't think you have the time? You don't want to put the effort in it. And by the way, you want to drop down in thought here? Those 2 are the result of fear. If I have fear, time becomes my excuse. If I'm fearful, I don't see the need to put the effort. And what that fear is doing is it's limiting what you can do with your life. But if you have that belief, that trust, that faith in yourself that says, I'm willing to risk, and I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to step into this possibility to see what it can bring my life. If you don't take the time and effort to explore the possibility you are presented, you can miss the pathway to your next big step of growth. I go back to something we said. Possibilities don't hang around. They come to your life. They stand in front of you. You look at them. You make a choice. I'm going to see what this can bring to my life. And I'm going to challenge myself with it. Do you know how many people I work with who one of the big things we have to do is we've got to overcome the fear of taking the risk? Question for you. Can your definition of success become a point of comfort in your life? You know what? My life is good. Man, I've worked real hard to get where I am. Why shake my life up? But if you never examine and expand the possibility, you'll miss the opportunity. When you miss the opportunity, you close the door on a pathway to greater success for your life. So, 6 steps to expand the possibility. Number 1, examine with honesty where you are as a company or as an individual and where you want to go. Question for you. Do you ever in your life talk about where you want to be, but then not take the steps that are given you to get you there? Next month in our webinar, which is going to be on the 14th of March, again at 10 a.m., we're going to talk about turning your goals into gold. See, I find that so many times people write goals, and when they write them, you know what? At that moment, they have a desire. They have a hunger. And this is what they want for their life. But then all of a sudden, they got to do something with them. So what do? They look at them, and so many times they have an excuse or a reason or a justification why this is not the right time. And you understand that in many ways, the purpose of a goal is to point you toward a possibility. Which means I got to stop, I've got to pause, I've got to look at my life, and I have to ask myself a question. Am I simply writing words? Am I simply expelling hot air? Or is this what I really want for my life? The challenge for many is that they look at where they are through the eyes of fear, the eyes of doubt, the eyes of worry, the eyes of uncertainty, instead of honestly facing what is holding them back. When you are seeing improvement as fear, you will dismiss possibilities with a not now or not a good time or a procrastination attitude. This won't allow you to see the possibilities as a pathway to improvement. You know that every day of your life, you're presented with possibilities. So how do you look at them? Do you look at them from your emotions up or your mind down? Do you look at them and see why this is not the right time for that? How do you know that if you don't look at it and you don't examine it? Or do you look at it from your mind down and say, you know what, this may be what I've been looking for. So I'm going to delve into this possibility and see what it's all about. The challenge with many people is that what they say for their life, they want for their life, they never get to. And you always know me, at some point, my three little words are going to come out. And those three little words are behavior never lies. You will go in your life where you want to go. You will go in your life where you want to go. It's not that life doesn't offer you the possibilities. You just dismiss them. It's not that there's not opportunities for you to grow. You just dismiss them because you won't take the time to expand the possibility and see what it's offering your life. And if that possibility is not for this moment, you've still learned. So step number one, examine with honesty where you are as a company or an individual and where you really want to go. Step number two, X-ray questions must be asked. You know that you can ask all kinds of questions, right? You can ask positive questions. You can ask negative questions. But if you're really serious about moving your life forward, you've got to ask the questions that remove the cloud, the fog, and allows you to see what is really being offered your life. A possibility is a possibility and must be researched to see what it's really offering. Just accepting what is in front of you can create a wrong turn rather than a pathway for it. Listen, sometimes the possibility comes toward it. It's not the right time for our life, but we don't ask the questions. We don't do the research. We just jump in and gobble it up and then wonder why we end up confused. You've got to do the research to see at this moment, at this time, at this place in your life, is this the right step? And that goes back to my 4 questions. What do you really want for your life? Why do you really want it? What price are you willing to pay to achieve it? And what behaviors will you have to improve on to get you there? You understand that each of those questions is an X-ray question? because it's about going inside yourself. It's about you being honest with yourself. And each of those questions bring to the forefront what you really, really, really want for your life. Because you'll have for your life what you want for your life. Step number 3. Purpose for the decision must be clear. You see, I think there's a process in going forward. You've got to know the reason. That's the purpose. Purpose is the reason I'm willing to commit to this. Purpose is where I know what I want and I'm looking for the pathway. So the possibility comes and I think, okay, is there a pathway forward in this? So I examine the possibility with purpose. Is this the opportunity that I've been looking for? But if the purpose isn't clear, it's replaced with doubt. Remember, a possibility is simply a possibility. Many times you will be faced with several possibilities. You've had that happen to you. Now, don't allow your emotions, your fears, or a sense of urgency to be the reason for a quick decision. Listen, to find the opportunity, there is no quick decision. There's research. To find the opportunity, you got to know what you really want. You got to ask the questions. Ask the right questions. Be clear on the purpose for making a change and feel your decision is the best of all the options you have in front of you. You ever had a time where you had more than one option in front of you? You know, I love playing golf. I mean, I really do. It's my way to unwind. And so many times when I'm out on the golf course, I come face to face with a decision I have to make. Here I am, I'm laying here. Now, there's a body of water right there in front of me. And if I go across that body of water, I can get to the green quicker. Or I cannot trust myself because I can actually go around it, which is the longer way. So I have to make a decision. And so what's the purpose of what club I take out of my bag? It's how much I trust myself. See, I can pull the right club out, but if I don't trust myself, I can still create a mistake. You got to know the purpose for the decision, and you got to be clear on that purpose. What is my reason for wanting this? And once I have my purpose, then I can define my agenda, and my agenda then creates the pathway for me. And once I know that pathway, I commit to it. See, I've done this. I've stood at the edge of water, and I know I can hit it over the water. But what happens if I swing that club and I'm not committed to it? I'm more than likely going to end up in the water. When you know your purpose, you have your agenda, and you're committed to it, it creates strength. Ask the right questions. Be clear of the purpose for making a change. And feel that the decision you're making is the best of all the options you have in front of you right now. Step number 4. Always be looking for the next pathway to improvement. If you're not willing to examine a possibility as a possible opportunity for improvement, you will dismiss examining what the possibility might be offering you. You see the strength in that statement? If you are not willing, because it's a choice. It's a choice. I can either examine, expand, or I can dismiss and walk away. If you're not willing to examine a possibility as a possible opportunity for improvement, you will dismiss examining what the possibility might be offering you. Now remember, you're either living from yesterday to today or today to tomorrow. Folks, opportunities are always discovered when you're living from today to tomorrow. If I'm living from yesterday to today, I'm living in fear and I'm not going to take risk. But if I'm living from today to tomorrow and I have that belief, that trust, that faith in me, then I see risk as the door to opportunity. But it all comes back to how much you trust yourself. How much do you believe in you? Step number 5. Never allow the excitement of the possibility to be the reason you make the decision. A possibility is not a race. It's an option in front of you for you to research and examine and see if it's the right fit for the path that you're walking. If you get excited and you run, you may make a mistake. Because remember, not every possibility is going to offer you an opportunity. But if you jump into a possibility that doesn't present you with an opportunity, you're creating a detour. Possibilities create a sense of excitement. Too many times when the excitement sets in, we stop the examination of whether the possibility is the right decision. This is why taking an honest look at where you are will create the mind down process rather than the emotion of attitude to guide the decision-making process. It's okay to be excited, but don't base your decision on the excitement. Base your decision on the research. Take the possibility. Look into it, expand it, and see what it's really bringing to your life. And is this the right fit for your life at this moment? And if it's not, look at the next possibility. And then step number 6. Don't procrastinate with what you know needs to be done. I believe that procrastination is the number one dysfunctional behavior in the human life. I believe that every time you procrastinate, you paralyze yourself. I believe that every time you procrastinate, you have designed your life to miss the opportunity. I believe that every time you procrastinate, you trap yourself in living from yesterday to today. You understand that procrastination is a hostage taker. Because what it does, it keeps you trapped in where you are and doesn't give you the sight to see the pathway to where you want to go. And I promise you something, when you're a procrastinator, you won't take the time to look at the possibility. Now, you may stare at it. And as you stare at it, you'll think, I don't need this. Where if you took the time and examined it, you might find that the opportunity in that possibility is what you need to free yourself. Finding the opportunity within a possibility is time sensitive. Too many times, far too many times. When procrastination becomes part of the research and discovery process, the improvement the possibility presents not only can be, but will be lost. Don't you ever forget this. Procrastination is the number one dysfunctional behavior in life and business. Folks, your life is filled with possibilities. And a possibility is a front door to finding an opportunity. So, I'd like to show you this. Here's a possibility. This May 15 through 19, I'm inviting 20 people to come spend some time with me in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And in those 4 days that we have together, we're going to talk about the 5 phases of exceptional leadership. And this is going to be a retreat setting. And here's how it's going to work. Every day, I'm going to put 3 words in front of us. Like, for instance, on the first day, we're going to look at leader, leadership, and leading. Because I'm going to tell you, those 3 words create a lot of confusion. Because many times they're not connected because we don't understand how they work together. So on that morning, I'm going to put those 3 words in front of you. And I'm going to take just a little bit of time. And I am going to open up and give you my definition. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to spend the next 2 hours and we're going to be in conversation about how do we bring being a leader, leadership, and leading to our life. And every day we're going to put 3 words in front of us. Only 20 people. Only 20 people. And this may be some of the deepest discussions you've ever had in your life. Now, on my website, you get all the information, but I need you to know the investment you'll make includes everything except your airfare and maybe other little incidental things you want to do. It includes your breakfast and your dinner. It includes your lodging at a world-class hotel every day. And this investment includes all of that. And together, 20 of us are going to come face to face with what it means to be an exceptional leader. In today's world, good or great is not enough. And if you really want to be the leader and grow a company and grow your life and gain the respect and create strength for other people, you've got to become exceptional. Go to my website, richardflint.com, and look at it. And then I mentioned it to you. But Thursday, May 14th, mark your calendar, at 10 a.m., we're going to talk about turning your goals into gold. Folks, there is so much that's taught about goal setting that is wrong. And it's what creates the confusion. So in the time we have together, I'm going to show you the 4 steps, the 4 keys to taking those goals that you write and turning them into the process of success. And these are just not words. This is a process that works. How many times have you written goals and then been frustrated? How many times have you written goals and then not been sure what to do with them? How many times have you written goals and then given up on them? It's because you don't understand how to bring power to the words that you write. Because I'll tell you again, the purpose of a goal is to create a possibility for you to examine and look into to find the opportunity to breathe life into what you have written. And by the way, some of you who are on the Morning Minute, you are now experiencing our new design to the Morning Minute. And I am so excited about this new design to the Morning Minute. And if you're not part of the Morning Minute, go to richardflint.com and sign up for a 21-day free trial where you can experience the Morning Minute. I'm going to tell you something. This is one of the most powerful things I've ever done to help you be mentally prepared for life and everything it brings to it. So go to richardflint.com. The retreat is there. The Morning Minute is there. And in just a little bit of time, you'll be able to sign up for the next month's webinar there. So our last thought. Your future is designed by your behavior. You are in your life where you want exactly where you want to be, and your behavior proves that. When you are trapped in what has worked, you will notice possibilities, but not pause and research what they can bring to your life. Possibilities are the front door to discovering the opportunities that keep you moving forward. There are possibilities all around your life. all around your life. But you've got to slow down. You've got to understand that their purpose in your life is to keep you moving forward, because opportunities open your imagination. And when your imagination is open, you have that peripheral vision and you remove the limitations you've placed on yourself. And by the way, one more thing before we leave. I really would like to hear from you what takeaways you might have taken from this time together. If you wouldn't mind, would you just drop me an email at richard@richardflint.com and share with me what you took away from this time? Share with me, richard@richardflint.com. And let me hear from you, okay? What has this meant to you in this commitment of time that you've had today? And please go to the website and examine the retreat, look at the morning minute, and find the information on next month's webinar, Turning Your Goals into Gold. Hey, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here with us today. God bless you. Hope to see you again soon.